Welcome to Crafting with Carrie. Thank you for joining me today as I do a little bit of crafting in my blue journal. I decided to cover these playing cards with some gesso that was latex or Liquitex gesso that I was using. I did not want the playing card faces to show through, so that's why I used the gesso. And then I'm using a glue stick for this part because I'm going to be sticking them onto some pattern paper, and I want it to be nice and smooth and flat, and glue sticks do a very good job of that. So there are so many different things that we can do with playing cards that I really do find that they are an awesome thing to have in the craft room. The front of these cards I just thought was so pretty that I'm going to be using them mostly as they are and then just decorating them up a little bit. I decided to use my scissors to get the extra pieces and kind of rough up the edges of the cards, but I think this would have been a lot faster if I had just used a sanding block. This lace was giving me a little run for my money with not wanting to be torn, but I really do like the torn edge look sometimes. And now I'm trying to give it a little bit of a V shape in there for the top of the tag. I just have to clean up my spot here a little bit to get myself readjusted before I do some inking here. Doing the scratching on the side of the cards really does help let it accept the ink, especially if they are wax covered or plastic covered cards. I'm going to be using a stapler to add this little piece of lace to the top of the cards for their tag. If you do not have a teeny tiny attacher by Tim Holtz, they are so fun to use just to add that. They're so easy to staple on, but the staples are just so much smaller that they're pretty cool. Sometimes we do want bigger staples, but when you want to have a tiny little staple, it's a lot of fun, and the staples that you get with it, they go a long way. I'm just going to be rummaging through my little extra bits and pieces, and the box that I had there is all just from pieces from the paper pack. So the challenge that I had for this blue junk journal was to only use pieces from the paper packs that I had created, not including the lace, of course. Those are extra little pieces that I had from previous projects. So it's always fun just to see what's going to come together. Like that little extra piece there was just what was left over, clipped off, and it becomes its own little centerpiece. The bird images are from a bird identification book, and I'm just fussy cutting some of them out, remembering to move the image as much as possible and keeping my scissors still as much as possible. wanted to finish these off by adding some words on there. I really do find that the inspiration words are a lot of fun. So I'm just looking to see what words on this piece of paper would be really nice to add. Being careful to check and make sure that I don't clip the image from these pages. Oops, got that one. I wanted to make sure that I kept the kettle and the umbrellas. I think those are really cute, so I'm trying to find something around those. So I chose nature, sunny days, and I'm looking for a third one for my third card. And there's fun things that we could have on there, like rain or evaporate or steam rises. But I ended up finding on the other side there is floating feathers. So that ended up being my sunshiny words for these cards. The back has the back side of the staple, and I just wanted to cover that up. You don't have to, but I just chose to finish off the back of the tag with just to cover it up with a little something. And then I liked the way those little flowers looked, so I decided to add them to the front of the cards too. And there we go. This is how they turned out. I'm pretty happy with them. I just love the way that I have the brown and the background on the bottom to have a base for the little birds to sit on and the flowers for them as their background. So we just need to find a place to put them in the blue journal. I'm flipping to the back so that I'm trying to keep things spaced evenly throughout the journal. And this is the little envelope that I'm going to use as its placeholder, and I've decided to make the envelope itself a tuck as well. And then as I'm putting them in there, I'm decided I'm going to keep a couple just to have popping out the top. Well, I hope you enjoyed being with me as we made these beautiful card note tags, and I hope it inspires you to create something of your own. Happy crafting!